What's up people, Fernus here, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys a few ways to get more gain out of Amp 2 from the Archetype Nolly. Now if you have this plugin you may know that this particular amplifier is not very gainy, so these are some of the things I like to do to get more gain out of this amplifier specifically. Also I should mention immediately, in the EQ section I'm doing almost nothing. I'm just lowering 4K a little because this amplifier can be very bright and like bright to the point that it can hurt your ears if you're not careful, in my opinion. And also for the cabinet I'm just using a 57 and a 160. The 160 is basically just to get a bit more low end out of this amp, and I personally like darker tones better than brighter tones. Also, as you may have noticed, I have the mids and the master somewhat scooped. Again, that's just personal preference. I like scoop tones. So let's get into it. So the first thing, you are absolutely going to need to use one of these two pedals if you want to get more gain out of this. I feel like the tube screamer pedal is better specifically with this amplifier if you're more into rock tones that don't really use that much gain. Because for example, this is how it sounds with the settings that, you know, everyone uses: drive at 0, level at max, tone to preference. So if you like that sort of tone that's not as gainy, but you still want more gain out of your amp, one thing you can do that almost nobody does is just simply raise the drive, obviously. You know, and again, it's fine with this amplifier. This amp, if you want more gain out of it, you really gotta help it. So don't be afraid to raise the gain out of the pedal. Even more gain. Now for more metal type of tones, I definitely prefer overdrive too. One thing I like to do is use it as a tube screamer pedal. So you see low gain, volume to the max, and this is how it sounds. And also a cool thing that you can do with this pedal is obviously play with the treble and the bass. One thing to keep in mind though with this pedal is something I noticed long ago, is that the gain knob when you're putting it near 0 can be very sensitive around that area. Because for example, if I pull the gain to the minimum, you're gonna see that we're actually not gonna get like a lot of gain at all. So that's very little gain, but I'm going to show you right now. I'm just going to let a note ring out. I'm going to slowly raise the gain, and you'll notice it will drastically start getting a lot more gain just as we push it up very little. So as you can see, I barely raised the gain at all, but it went from basically no gain to. And obviously you can just keep raising the gain higher because this pedal has a lot of gain. Like for example, if you like very gainy type of lead tones, this pedal can certainly do that. And one last thing I like to do is that I feel like a lot of people don't really think about doing is actually using both pedals at the same time. This is how it sounds. So what I like about doing this is that basically turning on the overdrive 1 before overdrive 2 actually gives you that sense of aggressiveness that usually, turning on a tube screamer gives you when you plug it in front of a more gainier amp. So I'll turn it off, play a little, and then turn it on while playing so you can actually hear what it does. So this can be a good rhythm tone, obviously. You can also use it for leads because, again, it's so much gain between the two pedals. And I'm using the drives very low on both cases. And also, the tube screamer one is maxed, but the overdrive 2 isn't. So if you wanted more gain, you can actually get even more than this. Same for the amp. You have more headroom doing this. And that's about it for this video. I hope it has been helpful. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It really does help me a lot. So if you're in that same position as me, you have this plugin and you want to get very aggressive Marshall tones, I hope this video has helped you. Also next week, the Creeping Death tab videos should be up, so stay tuned for that one. Now that's it for me, so I'll see you all next time.